G'day everybody, this is the Thomas the Tank chat, and I don't know who I am. But we've got we've got a couple of guests. We've got Shyla White and Michael Nelkin.
How are you
Hello.
guys?
And we can't forget Dan.
Hello.
So we have the other. Unfortunately, Michael couldn't make it today, but he has asked me to answer a question for him, which I'll do when that question comes in. Okay, so our first question is, who does the better voices, US or UK? You go first, Sam.
Me, I would probably have to side with the US because I would have to say the US because I've seen what other shows the voice actors on Thomas have done, and I guess a bad example of what they've done is the new CGI version of Fireman Sam, because the person who voices Peter Sam, he voices Norman in Fireman Sam, and his voice is terrible. It's just awful. So, and some of the other voice actors, like, I guess they don't really seal the deal for me. So when it comes to the UK and the US definitely does a better job.
Well, if you ask me, I'd have to say the UK because something I've noticed is that in the US version they kind of talk slower, and Thomas's voice, Percy, his voice just way too high pitched for me. But the only US voice I do admire is Cranky's. That's always what I thought Cranky would sound like. But yeah, I'd have to side with the UK. Plus, Gordon sounds a lot more accurate, as well as Henry, James, just everybody. But I am going to look forward to hearing Bill and Ben's UK voice, and wondering what Duck would sound like in the US. That's my 2 cents.
Okay, Dan, what's your opinion?
Well, I'd have to say US does a good job, and so does UK, but I've been watching US for a long time, so I can't really decide. I mean, I like George Carlin, and the current US and UK narrators are really good. I can't decide, really.
Okay, who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay, Hunter.
To me, it's a little split. Some voices in the UK are better than the US, and some of the US voices are better than the UK. For instance, Henry's UK voice is far better than the US voice, but the voice for Thomas is probably a bit split for me, because the UK one sounds a little bit younger, like Thomas should be, and then again the US one sounds a bit more deeper, so it sounds a bit more mature. And then there's Percy. I love both of Percy's voices, so I have to say both of them. But I think one of the voices that I like in particular is obviously my favourite character's voice, Luke, because I just think his voice suits his personality and character so well.
Well, after you just changed my mind, I have to agree with you now.
So it's my turn now?
Yeah. What do you think of is better, UK or US voices?
To be honest, I saw both the UK and the US on YouTube, and I have to say, I think you might disagree with me, the worst voice ever to be chosen was but I would have to go for UK because most of the other voices are actually really good. Like the voice chosen for Thomas, Gordon, Percy, and James.
Should we go to the next question, or?
I think we might have to.
Wait a sec, see what he says.
Oh, okay.
It's very interesting. Oh, I'm a bit like, how am I singing that song? Someone kill me.
Hunter is annoying.
Not as annoying as someone.
Oh, who? We're not gonna say names, are we?
No, we're not.
Oh,
Well-
shit.
Shall we move on to the next question?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, should Australia get their own voices?
Now this is a question I wanted to bring up because I know the UK has their voices, and we usually get UK voices for shows and all that kind of stuff, as well as American shows and all that. But if Australia had enough voice actors, do you reckon the show should get their own Australian-only voice actors, or is it just are the UK voices good enough for us?
I reckon that I reckon we kind of should. 'Cause, I mean, I grew up with Ringo Starr and Michael Angelis, but yeah, I reckon we should because there was, I think there was a couple of Thomas audio books that actually had an Australian narrator on it.
It would be very, very interesting to see how it sounds, because I think it would sound pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Well,
But then again, there's the danger of the voice actors mucking up the voices for some characters. Like, some of them may not have the voice you were hoping they would get.
Yeah. Okay, who's next?
oh, I guess I'll go next.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I grew up with the U.S. narrators, George Carlin, Alec Baldwin, like Brandon. I've listened to a few episodes of Doctor B, and the thing that I'm trying to argue about is in the UK and Australia, they have the same dub as in, with the narrators and then with the episodes. And I think now that we have one universal narrator, that we should just have it the way it is. And I vote no for having Australian voice actors.
Now, there's something I just want to bring up quickly. It's related to Thomas anyway. In Tugs, Tugs is a British show, but wasn't Johnny Cuba an Australian voice actor?
Oh yeah, no, it was the British guy, but he did have an Australian voice.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Dan, what do you think of Johnny?
I never
he's-
vote.
Since Tugs doesn't really have any bad characters besides the Zed Stacks, I think he's a good addition to the show.
Yeah, and he's Aussie.
Yeah, you need that in the show like that.
It gives international diversity.
Yeah.
Be quick
I
about it or I'll break your stick.
I never grew up with Tugs, to be honest. I've only seen one episode, which was High Tides, and it's just about it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get
You
myself
need to watch. You need to watch more episodes, or we're all gonna go and break your step.
Especially me, Johnny
the
Cuba.
bubbling boilers. That sounds terrible.
God, you can tell that Sharon Miller's writing.
Of course. Because one thing bad happens, and then it happens 2 more times before the character even realizes it.
And then we realize, why are we watching this?
Well,
Oh no.
how's
Yeah.
Andrew Brenner doing so far, do you guys think?
Really
Better than
good.
Sharon.
I mean, he did fix most of Cher Miller's muck-ups, like what happened with Henry's Cole and whatnot.
Yeah,
I won't actually lie to you guys. When I heard that, I actually shed a manly tear when that actually got said. I'm glad they got fixed.
yeah.
Just so
Right.
proud of Brenner.
Yes, you and your manly tears, Hunter, we share them together, but
Well,
alright.
plus, he did basically made some of the most famous episodes that were interpreted, like James Percy and the Critical Day, One Good Turn, and etc. etc.
Yeah, we're a little, even though it's gone a little bit off topic, it's pretty. Yeah, I reckon Brenda's pretty cool. Yeah. So what do you think of the Magic Railroad voices, including the ones that were cancelled?
Oh, I love
Very
the.
distant.
I did not care for the what voice they chose for Diesel 10 in the end, because is a Jersey accent really? And half the characters being British, then the other half being American.
Oh,
Magic Railroad was just.
is that the accent that he has in the final cut? Is it like a Jersey kind of accent?
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna find the lost engine. I'm gonna find Lady, and I'm gonna scrap her. So all steam engines will be banished. I don't know how the logic works with that, but yeah.
Well, let me raise this up to you guys. Which
Yeah.
Diesel 10 voice is better, CGI or Magic Railroad?
Well, it depends. What kind of accent? Well, what voice do you mean? The final one, the Russian accent, or what?
The final Magic Railroad voice.
Well, what about the one in Misty Island Rescue? I mean, that was his own voice actor, and then changed it.
Yeah.
Let's just go with
think-
the Diesel voice.
Yeah, I'm gonna say my say. I reckon the Magic Railroad voices were pretty good. But when I was a kid, I didn't even realize Tom Hanks and Percy were voiced by females. I just thought it was the best movie ever, as what Sam thought as well. Isn't that right?
Yes.
I thought
Yes.
I thought Thomas was voiced by a man in Magic Railroad.
I didn't say Thomas. I said James and Percy.
Oh.
Yeah. What I was gonna say. Micah has asked me to say that his favorite voice is.
Wait a minute. Thomas and Percy were voiced by a female?
No,
Yes.
James.
It's surprising, isn't it?
Percy and James were, but I think I'm like the only one that agrees with this. The female that voiced Percy, I actually think she was very suited for him for some reason. Like, it was high pitched, and with the model expressions, like faceplates they had for Percy in the Magic Railroad, for some reason, when I was a little, it just seemed to fit to me.
Well, who should have played it? That was in the movie. What would you guys think would have been the perfect voice actor for him?
Why am I thinking Michael J. Fox?
Oh my God! God, that sounds so
I think
perfect.
I think it was really sad that Edward wasn't in Magic Railroad.
I never finished.
I think,
Yeah, Dan.
They never fixed his model.
yeah, they never finished his model in time, which is why he wasn't in it.
Isn't that the same
Well, they
thing with
should have
Doc?
finished it.
No, Doc was never even planned to be in the movie.
George was, but
George
they cut
was-
him out.
As
I would
well
love
as
to see deleted scenes with George in them. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it wasn't in the final film, but I would like to see the deleted scenes. How about you guys?
I want to see. You want to know who should play George if he was in the movie? George Carlin. Perfect.
That'd be pretty
George
good.
Carlin.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing if in Magic Railroad, if they didn't get Alec Baldwin and I forgot who played Junior. If they did get Ringo and George to play their original roles in Magic Railroad, you know. I mean, I
That'd be very interesting to see.
Let's PT Boomer.
He would have been Diesel 10's
Sidekick.
yeah, sidekick.
The Diesel 10's
I say.
conductor or sidekick, really.
Well, let's think about it like this. If PT Boomer was in the movie, then we wouldn't have Diesel 10 anymore in the series.
Good. You actually see him as an extra in some scenes, like
Yeah.
Man,
By accident, because of
At
Yeah,
the-
he
yeah.
rides away on a motorbike when Slashy Jones drops Lily off to
Actually,
in
one of the-
see him running away.
Some of the trailers,
Yeah.
you could see him falling off at the end, and even in the
Yeah.
final chase scene, you could see a model from Diesel 10. It was terrible editing what they did there. Just-
I've really got to say this
May
map was
I bring up a point real quick?
yeah.
I was on SIF one day and I saw like deleted scenes of where PT Boomer was, and like where everything was that wasn't put in the movie, one of the scenes where Diesel 10 was like chasing Thomas and Lady, you can see PT Boomer like crouched on Diesel 10, like
That's
right
what I
when
said.
they're going through the tunnel.
Yeah,
His mom-
Yeah.
that's still in the final cut of the movie.
Yeah.
What I was saying, Micah has asked, because he can't make it, he's asked me to say that Eddie Glenn, the guy that in the final version of Magic Railroad that played Thomas, that's his favourite voice, and that's what he's asked me to say. So,
It was so fitting. I reckon he should have been the CGI version.
Alright.
They're just,
I can't
that is-
do it. Sometimes that's exactly what Micah would say. I reckon it's very suiting, and that the voice is my childhood.
I still
Yeah.
I still reckon though, out of the original voice actors for Magic Railroad, they should have kept Keith Scott as Diesel 10. Oh my god.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got something to tell you. Well, a question. What do you guys think if in early trailers for Hero of the Rails, you can hear a different voice actor for Thomas. Do you think that would have been a perfect voice for Thomas in the UK version of of the CGI series?
Personally, I don't think that's happened because I've seen the trailers and there's no early voice.
Well, I don't know, but
No, I
you
was
can
gonna
hear
say,
him
'cause-
say "Whistling Firebox."
There is a
and-
slight difference, but
Well,
there's a little difference.
well, with the trailer, like they do with some trailers for other movies, like especially animated movies, they'll sometimes put deleted scenes into the trailers, and then when you watch the movie, the scenes are not in it. With some animated movies, they put one of the original recordings of that line. So if the actor had to say, "I found the oldest engine of Sodor," and then it was probably asked by the director, "Oh, can you say that in a different way?" They probably would have kept both versions and put one of them in the trailer. So that's most likely what it would have been. Same voice actor,
Or like-
just a different take on what he said.
Sam's right there, I think.
That would be interesting to see.
All right,
Yeah.
so what's the question?
I would just like to quickly point out that one of my favourite voices from Magic Railroad's Junior's voice.
Oh yes.
I feel like Junior.
What about
Does
Spider
anyone
Man?
actually know that? Does anybody actually know if that is actually his real voice in real life, or did he act that voice out?
Well, if he did a David Tennant, you mean?
Cause I could just like so imagine like walking up to him like on the streets and like, "Hey, you ever got the Magic Railroad, right?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, we're not that Junior. You know, the one with the shell for him."
That would be so cool if that was his actual accent. Oh, I hope it is.
I really hope so.
Next question. Which voices are the best and which ones are the worst? Alright, who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Michael, did you want to go?
Oh, sure. I was just going to say that I think, hands down, the best has to be Cranky's US voice.
Thank you.
And the worst of the US, I have to say, would be Butch's voice. And the best of the UK, Gordon. And the worst in the UK, I don't really have one for the worst in the UK, to be honest.
My opinion is, I really do not like a lot of the US voice actors. I reckon some of them are alright, but some of them I can't stand. But I reckon the best one would have to be, I don't know, I really kind of, I'm not sure, I haven't really watched many US episodes, so, but, okay, my favourite from the, welcome back on to, my favourite from the UK would definitely have to be Bertie the Bus. I really like his voice. It's just funny. But my least favourite is friggin' Paxton, and that's mainly because I know somebody that constantly annoys me by trying to do his voice, and he can't do it.
He's Mr. Oily.
Oh no.
I guess I'll go.
Alright. Hunter's gonna love me for saying this, but I think the best US voice is Luke's in King of the Railway.
Well, I mean, the US and UK is doing have this voice actor, and he's Welsh. That was nice what they did in the CGI series, having the narrow gauge engines being Welsh.
I think that's a
If
good
I could
addition.
jump through my laptop screen, I would come and hug you for saying Luke is the best.
Yes, I like.
Yes, he is.
Everybody
What about-
loves Dan.
Well, who would play Duncan if he was in that? If he was there, he mentioned.
I'd be horrible at it if I ever tried doing Duncan's voice.
I'm plain speaking, so speak up.
I reckon sometime in the future we could see a certain Sam Hodgson doing the voice of Duncan.
Dan Structure.
Yeah.
well-
Accent did Duncan have?
Well, Duncan, they give Duncan kind of a Scottish accent, so if I did do him, I'd have to do my fake Billy Connolly impression. Because,
Well,
like, if I did his voice, it'd be something like, "Hey, what about me? I'm a plain speaking engine. I believe I'm plain speaking, so speak up and stop whispering in the corners."
Guess what? I really think that if George Carlin was still alive, I'm a plain blonde engine. I speak as I find tunnels are dirty tunnels and not rabbit holes. This railway is no good at all.
Rusty always makes things sound worse than they are.
How about we could see a certain Hunter McEwen doing the voice as well?
Ugh, hey.
Hey.
I don't know. I had.
Popeye.
You are slower than slugs.
Yeah,
I
Hey,
on
I
Slug
got
Force.
this fun.
another
Did I-
question.
Wait, I didn't answer yet.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
For my UK voice, obviously Kevin. No questions asked.
Sorry, boss.
And that's the worst. My best is Victor, because in what was it? Blue Mountain Mystery. I'm actually surprised he was Puerto Rican.
Oh yeah.
I got surprised when I found out that Victor was Spanish.
Oh, he spoke
Yeah.
Spanish. I think.
I thought he
He
was
spoke
Italian.
Spanish.
It was just like, Buenos dias, Blue. Me llamo Victor. Es un placer por verte. I have no idea if I said that right.
Well, you know, something, I think Miss Oliver and Blossom said it best. Kevin's like the Jerry Lewis of Sodor. With the things and the boss and the puddle and the boss and the wheels and the boss and the ladies.
Oh, I
saw that.
I love doing
I want
Jerry.
you for chewing dust.
I love doing the Jerry Lewis voice, like heaps.
Oh, he's your Bundle Thomas. Mr. Boss. Oh no, Spencer got his mustache and Ariel better waiting and thing. And Toby's new street time whistle. It's terrible, I tell ya, boss.
Yeah, if he was voiced by Jerry Lewis, I can imagine just like
It would just
What-
be
what-
like that.
what if like he thought he was Jerry Lewis himself, and then he just started to throw these random insults at people. It's like you see the fat controller, so, "Hey, fat controller, you're too fat to be a controller."
And guess what? I made friends with a giant crane, and he's very mean, and he picked me up out of the sea, and the thing, and the thing, and the boss.
Something I realized when I was watching Kevin's Cranky Friends. Both of the Steamworks vehicles have now fallen in the sea.
Yay!
Pardon? What happened? Sorry,
What did he have?
Both of the Steamworks vehicles have now fallen into the sea.
Victor.
right.
Oh yeah, Victor first and then Kevin. That makes total sense.
They never needed
I
to
totally
which is
forgot.
The Diesels told me that I was going to swim with the fishes.
Oh, and
Either that or Kevin
I
just
didn't do
wants.
it right, and the Happy Hook, he told me nasty things about the trains.
Happy Hook talks.
and I guess
No,
I
part
guess
of the act.
I guess to answer the question that was asked, who's like which one's better, which one's worse, I could say which one would be my worst. I mean, I have nothing against the people of this kind of religion, but Henry's worse because he sounds like a New York Jewish person.
Oh yeah.
That's just
It-
wrong.
Man.
I've nothing against Jewish people or anything like that, because, you know, I'm not racist or anything like that, but to me he just sounds like he has that stereotypical Jewish voice. He was running very, very fast. I gotta
Yeah, like the very first
Oh,
line.
I need it.
No, the very first line in Here Are the Rails was like, what? He was just like, bubbly boy or alive?
Bubbly boy.
I thought it was. I thought it was retarded when he said he was very, very fast in Here Are the Rails.
Which one, the UK or the US voice?
I haven't heard the US one. The UK is so hilarious.
Yeah, the US one was what I did. He sounded like he was very, very fast.
That's what she said.
What about the Fat Controller's voice, eh?
Dang it!
I'm acting. I'm Fat and Thomas. Here's a special. Go get a magic. Go get a carpet or something else. I don't know. Go get the laundry, Emily. Not.
I'm back.
Dan, you're back with us.
Oh, we have that.
Best
I have a Wi-Fi problem.
Okay, Jen, what voices do you think are the best and worst out of the UK?
UK,
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I said US was Luke's. I don't know about UK. Because I like basically all the UK ones.
Oh yeah, that's alright. Now, the next question, this is one of my own actually. If Donald and Douglas were to return to the series anytime soon, who do you think would play them? My personal opinion, and Sam's gonna kill me because I'm saying his as well, is David Tennant.
You said it before I wanted to say it. Oh my god.
Again,
Time out.
if George Carlin was still alive, that or Ringo, I want to see him come back and hey, that's Henry.
Ready yourself, Henry. Wait a while. We'll have you here.
No, that's a good.
Oh,
have you
that's a good impression there.
We already know what Sam thinks because I spoiled it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sam.
I think both on Douglas.
Why would David Tennant be on a comic? Not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just asking why.
Well,
Because he's voice acting in the Postman Pat movie.
Yep.
It's coming out.
and like,
There's a Postman Pat movie.
yep, it's got the Mr. Pat movie.
Oh, well.
And who doesn't love Doctor Who?
And David would. I could see David doing kid stuff. I mean, like, he's done a couple of family movies. He's on a CGI cartoon over in England. So, I wouldn't be surprised if David actually got on to do something Thomas related. I mean, I reckon it would be just amazing if any of the surviving Doctor Who actors got onto it, especially Tom Baker, the fourth.
Yes.
He has a good narration voice, and I know because I've got like a couple of Doctor Who audiobooks read by him. So
He is a bad guy.
Saying this, to be honest, well, David Tennant, that actually could be, because we've seen a lot of people that do a lot of adult things be on Thomas. Of course, George Carlin, he's infamous for being one of the most 30s comedians. Alec Baldwin, with 30 Rock and whatnot, and Pierce Brosnan. Oh, James Bond is Thomas. I'm Tank Engine. Thomas the Tank Engine.
like
I was what?
Huh?
I wouldn't mind seeing David Tennant doing a comic.
I would love to see David Tennant doing one.
He doesn't love this.
Yeah. I'm just gonna Hunter. What do you think?
For the voice of Douglas, I don't know why, but I have the strangest feeling that Pierce Brosnan would do quite a good job with it.
I wish he did end up narrating Series 12 and onwards, because he did an amazing job in The Great Discovery, and then all of a sudden they just get rid of him.
Well, when I watched The Great Discovery,
They did
to be honest,
have deleted scenes from Series 12 that had narrations by Jeff Offman in them.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool.
I
yeah,
just want to say
I think they were
this.
from Gordon in the Shore Club or something.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, when I watched The Great Discovery, something I always had a problem with is I thought they all talked too soft. And you want to know something I just realized? The Great Discovery has quite a few Thomas cliches. Yeah, Thomas now has cliches. Want to know what they are? Runaway trains and getting lost in a tunnel. That's now a cliche. Duncan did it, Stanley did it, Steven did it. Cliche. Henry
So-
did.
Dan, what's Dan's opinion? Who should voice Donald and Douglas if they come back?
Well, if he was still alive, I'd say George Carlin because he did a pretty good job, as well as, well, him and, probably Pierce Brosnan because I like his voice.
Yeah.
I don't know if if he could pull the Scottish accent, then I'd recommend him.
Yeah. Okay. Now here's our final question. What do people think of the Tugs voices? Even though we brought this up a little bit earlier, but what do people think of the voice of the Tugs?
Well, can I go first?
Yeah, go first.
This is Tugs.
Alright. So, like I had mentioned before, I never really grew up with Tugs. So, but with the one episode I watched, I'd have to say, hands down, Big Mikey has to be my favorite. I don't know who voiced him, but whoever did has to be my favorite in the cast.
Okay. Yeah. Mine is my favorite voice actors are the guy it's Sunshine and Johnny Cuba, because Johnny Cuba, the guy that voiced him was British, but he could pull off a perfect Aussie accent, being Aussie myself. Yeah. Dan, what do you think?
I really like the voices to Big Mac, like you said, Johnny Cuba, and Grampus. Same voice as Billy, and yeah. So I like how Tugs has all different kind of accents for all their voices. Like they have a variety of accents. They don't just have like UK or just US. They have like Scottish, Australian, and all that. That's what I really like about the series.
Yeah. Yeah. What were we talking about? Grampus, the guy that did that. You remember his channel? I'm not autistic, but I do like pigs.
Like to who's king of the week? It's Brian.
Yeah. Charlotte White can go next.
To be honest, the only Tugs related thing I've seen is Munition,
Yeah.
and that was one of the dark episodes I've seen. That was a really good episode.
Speaking of dark episodes, what about season 5 of Thomas?
They're not even close to.
Nowhere near close to have bad Munition.
yeah.
Has anyone seen Silver Dark Time by Starload 123? Those are really dark.
Yeah, that's because they're Thanos, but they're really well written.
Oh, come on. I think series 5 was a lot darker.
I grew up when that came out. I was 1 and I loved it. Well, I don't think I might have been less than 1, but anyway.
Did we get Hunter's opinion on the voices?
That's what I was
Oh,
gonna say.
Hunter, well, here.
Yeah. I like Tugs voices. I like the Tugs series. There are 3 voices in particular which I absolutely can't get enough of, mainly because I like them or I think they're absolutely hilarious. My favourite voice from Tugs is definitely Billy Shupak. His voice just cracks me up. It's just like, hello, it's Sunshine. I would like to make it a party. Sunshine. Sunshine.
Yeah.
Another one would definitely be Grampus. His voice is like, how should I put it? It's like,
It's funny.
it's funny, yeah, but it's sort of got this weird sort of vibe to it. Like, it's the birthday because of the doctor. I'll be better off now, fishy.
Yeah, because it's the same guy that did Billy Shoepack, in case you didn't know.
Oh wow, no wonder I like it.
Corns.
Yeah.
Guys, I got one question.
And the third voice that I think is absolutely fantastic is obviously my favourite character in Tugs, Sun.
And my opinion on the voices of Tugs, they couldn't have chosen any other voice actors. The voice actors for the show were just spot on perfect. I can't imagine anyone else doing the voices for the show. I
guess we'll have to find out how they fare off when Tugs CGI comes out.
I love Top Hat's voice.
Oh, I say hello, sir.
Not only that, like not only because it's funny and all that, but I can do somewhat of an impression of Top Hat. It kills Joseph every time.
Oh yeah, you haven't done it in a while. Do it again.
No, I say hello.
You've got to.
Have you come to say for the 10 cents?
In fact, I tried to audition. I wanted to audition for the new Tugs CGI, but I wasn't able to. So it's like, you know.
I wanted to do that as well. I wanted to audition for Warrior. Like his voice, it sounds like he's really, really dumb, but you know that he knows at times what he's doing. It's just like, of course I know where I'm going. A little fog's nothing to worry about. I have a natural sense of direction.
Probably one of my favorite.
One thing if I could ask, since I've never watched really much of Tugs, can you recommend one must-see episode for me to watch?
Munitions.
Trap.
Trap as well. Trap. You should see all of them.
Well, aren't there only like 13 episodes?
Yeah.
only 13.
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately.
I wish there was more.
Yeah. They're awesome. It's funny because I think only Sam's the only one who actually saw it as a child here. Sam,
Yeah, I only found out about Tugs like the end of last year.
You found it out from me, Hunter.
Yeah, I know. I think I commented on your photo when you.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were.
10
That's what,
cents, go home, you drunk.
yeah, that's what I thought. That's when I thought you were an idiot. Remember that time?
Yes,
A
I
long
remember.
time ago.
Shut up, Dad. Yeah, so I think
Back in yesteryear.
that's it for this time because I've also kind of got to go. We've said how long's it gone for, Sam?
Well, let's see. We were in the call for a bit, for like a good 10, 20 minutes. So the recording itself will probably be half an hour to 40 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. So, I'm your host. I don't know my name, but this has been Thomas the Tank Chat. So I guess we're done, aren't we?
Well, we'll
Alright,
say
bye,
goodbye.
everyone.
Goodbye, people.
My channel.
Bye, everyone.
Good.
Oh.
Good night. Good day to everyone.
And
So,
also got,
Good
Good
night,
time.
good morning, good day to wherever you are in the country, because we don't know what your time frames are.
I've got a message. If you haven't seen Tugs, watch it.
I'm already looking on YouTube for the episode playlist.
Alright.
And make
you're-
sure you
you're a Thomas-
subscribe.
If you're a Thomas fan and you've never seen Tugs, watch it, or we'll burn your balls down.
Oh, I'll break your
I'm
stick.
you know what? I'm gonna watch an episode right after the recording.
I recommend High Wind so you can hear.
in case I don't see you,
Watching all,
good
I'm watching all
afternoon.
13.
Good night.